But we're going to continue here with Roddy Piper. Again, we're trying to touch base here with his son, Colt Toombs. He'll be joining us in a few minutes. Roddy, here's some questions that are coming in from the chat room. From our forum. This comes from Jamo, and he says, if you were born in your son's generation, what would interest in MMA career be relative to pro wrestling? Also, what are your thoughts on potential success for pro wrestling crossovers into MMA a la Brock Lesnar?
Well, I think if I was a young man now, I would be doing MMA. I was a 167 amateur wrestling champ and the Golden Gloves boxing champion when I was 15.
And a judo black belt. So you're pretty good, off to a good start being a mixed martial artist.
Judo Gino Bell, he's like giving away 23, like 74. He choked me out so many times, man, and still can. I think that I would have tended towards the MMA. And what was the part about wrestling that you were asking me? I'm sorry.
The other part was, what are your thoughts on the potential succs for pro wrestling crossovers a la Brock Lesnar?
You know, there's a lot of capable guys in pro wrestling. But with Brock Lesnar, for instance, he quit pro wrestling because they didn't give him enough time to train because you're on the road all the time. I think that he's an exception. I think that the pro wrestlers should stick with pro wrestling if that's what you're trained in and that's what you're doing, and the MMA guys should stick to MMA. Now, Ken Shamrock, he came over to pro wrestling. I think I was a guest judge of one of the first Shamrock fights when he was just real young in Fresno, maybe. Maybe Sacramento. But I think that the two of them can exist together. I know that the MMA is a rival as far as pay-per-view numbers to the WWE, but there's room for all, and I don't think you'll see too much crossover. Both sports are brutal. Pro wrestling, from the point of view, is you're wrestling seven times a week. When I was doing it, you were wrestling nine times a week, twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday, and so it's that constant pounding. And MMA guys are going in there, training in that gym, beating the dog out of each other, and then going in there and giving it everything they got. And then, you know, they both have a great amount of respect in their individual ways.
Perfect. All right. This next question comes from I Know Kung Fu. He says, you were great in They Live. Have you been approached for a sequel or a remake?
You know, they just came out. Do you remember a singer named Randy Newman?
I love L.A.
Yeah, there you go. Well, his son Ryan Newman is a director for and working under the banner of Universal, and they've just announced maybe like a month and a half ago that they're redoing They Live, a remake, I think they called it. And like I don't know. I don't know if you can get a longer fight scene. You know, I'm glad I didn't ask the guy for money. You know, just put the damn glasses on, man. Jeez. You know? So yeah, they're doing a remake of it. They haven't called, and I wish them all the luck in the world. I wish them all the luck in the world, man.
All right, we're going to take our guest here, take the call from our guest here, and that's Colt Toombs. Who'll be fighting a sport fight in April. It's Roddy Piper's son. Let's bring him in. Colt, are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Thank you for joining us on Tag Radio.
Thank you for having me. And how you doing, Dad?
I love you too, son. I'm okay, champ. How you doing, buddy?
I am good.
I love you.
I love you too, Daddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Colt.
Yes, sir.
You got a big fight coming up, if I'm not mistaken, April 3rd at Sport Fight.
Yes, it is. It's April 3rd, Sport Fight at Spirit Mountain Casino. And if you want details on stuff, you can go to sportfight.tv. And it has all the whole card and all the info.
Are you going to be on HDNet, Colt?
It won't be HDNet this time, but I believe it will be on Comcast.
Comcast. Awesome. All right, now you fight in the 145-pound division, and what I want to know is, you're 2-0.
Yes, I am.
And this next fight, who's your opponent, and tell me a little bit about him and how you plan on taking this fight to him.
His name is Tim Shrout. He's from Salem, Oregon. He's a kickboxer, is what I'm told about him. So the plan there really is to box him as much as I can, and if he's beating me up there, take him down, and if I can, hit him down, then I'll just follow him down. That's kind of the general plan there.
Okay, what's your background, Colt?
Well, I did a lot of boxing and wrestling growing up with my dad. Did a lot of various martial arts, trained a little bit with Gene LaBelle down in California, and I currently am at Team Quest here in Gresham, Oregon. and I do just about everything from jiu-jitsu to kickboxing to judo. I try to mix it all in now to make my top of my game.
How long have you been doing MMA?
I've been doing MMA for just about a year and a half now at Team Quest, and before that, I kind of just, dabbled in it here and out, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And so about a year and a half, I'd say I've been real strict about it.
For those that don't know, of course, that's Matt Lindland's outfit out there, Team Quest in Oregon. How often do you get in there and mix it up with him?
With Matt, we train every day at from Monday through Friday from 3 to 5. Matt Lindland comes in and coaches some of the team. And individual work, we don't get to work as much as I'd like, but, I still get to see him every day, and he still shows us stuff just about every day.
All right. Frank Trigg, what do you got for Colt Toombs?
I was talking to your dad a little bit off the air, and it's, I had 1,200 wrestling matches from the time I was 12 until my first pro fight. How many more amateur fights are you going to do before you go pro? And have you and your dad discussed a number, or are you just going to wait and see how you feel? Do you have somebody else kind of putting a number into your ear?
Well, it's nothing I want to rush. I'm only 19 years old. I got plenty of time to do what I need to do in the sport. I'm at my second one. I'd like to have at least a couple more to get some more ring time and experience before I just jump in there with the pros. But being a kid and stuff, I'd like to jump in there now, of course. But my dad says we should probably wait it out, do a couple more fights, get some more experience under my belt before we mix it up with the big guys.
And what's Matt say about that? Matt
Lindland. He and my dad kind of are on the same view there. I've heard about 3 to 4 more fights and on the amateur before I go pro. And if I get to that point and I don't feel I'm ready, or Matt or my father doesn't feel I'm ready, then I'm more than happy to wait as long as it takes.
Awesome, man. That's great to hear. You have a
he's
good attitude.
Yeah, he's got a heart of gold. His second fight, he came out with this fellow named Colin Porter, and Colin Porter had about a 4-inch reach on him, and he clocked Colt and kicked the dog out of Colt for a round, and towards the end of the round got him a guillotine down, and boom, and somehow Colt got his head out of there, and the second round came, and this Colin Porter just clocked him again, and just beating and kicking him offside, and went to hip toss him and missed, and Colt got behind and choked him out. Well, those are the kinds of fights that test you. Yeah. So he's, I was like, I know Colt. I can't tell you. I know I'm his dad, but I can't tell you how pure this kid is. He's a mama's boy, aren't you?
You got a problem with that?
No, sir. No, sir, I don't. And he's been,
you talk pretty tough to your dad when you're 5,000 miles away.
That I do.
But, he doesn't get any. He goes under. I'm really proud of him because he goes under. His Christian name is Colt Toombs, and he's not writing off his dad's name. He's making it on his own. So anyway, it's your form, Colt. I just love you to death, man.
I love you too.
Yeah, it's a good kid, man.
All right, Colt, I wanted to ask you, so you're going to be doing 3 rounds, and is it 3 minutes? What is it over there for the amateurs?
Yes, for the amateurs, it's 3 3-minute rounds. Just a little different rules. We can't elbow to the face, and we can't, we can't heel hook. That's the only 2 things we really can't do.
Okay, and you're going to be fighting at 145 pounds. What's your normal walk-around weight?
I walk around at about 165, and I cut down to 45.
Awesome. All right, how tall are you, bud?
I'm about 5'8".
5'8". All right. Now, hey, we got you on the line here, and obviously, your dad's been with us as well. Do you have a good story you can share about your dad?
Oh, Lord.
One that can be told on the air?
Well, we got quite a few good stories together. Let's see. One good one is, has he told you anything about my sisters and the boyfriends they've had coming over?
Oh, no.
Hold on, your sisters are allowed to date? That's a different story than I'm
boyfriends due to my father's interrogations before they're allowed to go out.
How careful are you when you're putting that corsage on?
I'm going all the way for it, because I figure at one point, anywhere I'm going to get hit, I might as well just go ahead and grab it right in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cole. What kind of story you got?
Well, he just for one that I've heard, I wasn't exactly in the room for this one, but I was kind of snooping outside when I was about 13. He was a boy came over. I don't remember his name. He came. My dad takes him back and starts talking about his Cadillac and how he loves the paint of his Cadillac. And then someday some guy comes and keys his brand new Cadillac, and then he looks at the guy and says, "Don't key my daughter."
I like that.
I got
sending a subliminal message there.
Yeah.
I got an off the wall question for you.